Good morning, everyone. It's your favorite realtor, Sevan. I'm at my brand new listing in Tarzana, 4747 Ellenita Avenue in the beautiful Tarzana Hills. Those who know me well know that I love real estate, but what I also love to do is bake. So I decided to come here a little bit early today before my open house to test out this gorgeous kitchen and make Florentine lace cookies, one of my favorite recipes. Let's get started. We're gonna start with 4 tablespoons of butter, 3/4 cup of heavy cream, half a cup of sugar. We're gonna bring these 3 ingredients to a boil for about 5 minutes. So it's all incorporated, stirring constantly, that is key. Until it gets nice and thick, a little bit of brown around the edges. This is the perfect consistency that you want, a caramel-like consistency. And when you take your wooden spoon and drag it across the pot, there's a trail that it leaves behind, and that's exactly what you're looking for. Next, we're gonna process 2 cups of slivered almonds in the food processor till we get to a coarse sand consistency. As you can see, it's got the beautiful sandy consistency, but not too fine. And we're going to incorporate it into our butter, heavy cream, and sugar mixture. Remember that you've turned off the heat at this point, so you do not want the heat on as you're mixing the rest of the ingredients. Next, we're gonna add some marmalade. This is the key ingredient in this recipe. I can't tell you how many times I've made this cookie and people really taste that flavor profile in the cookie. So it really, really makes a difference. And the more rind it has in it, the better. So we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of marmalade. By the way, I recently hosted a cookie swap at my house, and this cookie was actually nominated the sexiest cookie. I'm not sure why, but you guys can figure that out. So now we're gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of orange zest. This even adds more flavor to the rind that's in the marmalade. Now we're adding a teaspoon of vanilla paste. I prefer vanilla paste over vanilla extract. It has a lot more flavor and is a lot more intense. 3 tablespoons of flour and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So we're mixing this and incorporating it all together, and it's smelling incredible right now. This will make your entire kitchen smell like an orange grove. Amazing. This is what your batter should look like when you're ready to scoop out onto a cookie tray. I like to use a 1 tablespoon ice cream scooper because it gives you the perfect measure. Then you take it with your hands and you roll it into a ball, and you place it on the cookie sheet and you flatten it out to about 2.5 inches in diameter. I can't get over the smell. Here's what your cookies should look like before they're ready to go into the oven. I like to use a silicone mat because it allows for very even distribution of heat. Okay, ready to go into the oven. As you can see, this kitchen does have a double oven, which is a fantastic feature. Baking more of these cookies at one time. You're cooking at 350 degrees, 7 minutes on one side, and then 7 minutes later, you're gonna turn your sheet around and cook for another 7 minutes. Let me tell you a little bit about this gorgeous home. 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom pool home in the Tarzana Hills. This tri-level home is 2,844 square feet on an almost 20,000 square foot lot with an upper level where you can build a 1,200 square foot ADU, pickleball court, half basketball court. The options are endless. I absolutely love the layout of this home. As you enter through the double doors, you have the master right in front of you and the formal living room to your left. You have a 2-car attached garage with direct access straight into the kitchen, which is ideal. As you take a few steps downstairs, you're in the family room, which is adjacent to the kitchen and the powder. Upstairs, you have 3 additional bedrooms and a hallway bathroom that's been completely remodeled. The backyard is an entertainer's dream, with a sparkling swimming pool and spa. And let's talk about the neighborhood for a second. It is amazing. You have in the gorgeous Tarzana Hills, one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in the valley. So you got the privacy up here, a nice tucked away neighborhood, yet just a short drive down to Ventura Boulevard, you got shops, restaurants galore. And the best part is, when you get down to Ventura and Vinalden, you got the 101 freeway right there. Time to turn the cookie sheet around. As I mentioned earlier, after 7 minutes, set a timer and turn that cookie sheet around. Okay, we're ready to pull the cookies out. Smells amazing. Look at that. Once the cookies have cooled off a bit, you can take the actual silicone mat and place it directly on a cookie tray for cooling. What I like to do is actually place a pan underneath the rack, because the next step is that we're gonna drizzle some chocolate on top. Maybe that's why it's called a sexy cookie, I have no idea. Now that the cookies have cooled, and they do cool pretty quickly because they're so thin, we put it on a rack with a pan underneath so that when we drizzle the chocolates, the extra chocolate goes underneath and doesn't make a big mess. I like to use dark chocolate, that's my absolute favorite. Whatever you prefer, but I like to use super dark chocolate. This is Trader Joe's 72. We're gonna melt the chocolate in the microwave. You have to do it in short increments so that you don't burn the chocolate. I like to put the melted chocolate into this bottle. This really helps the drizzling. This particular bottle has 3 tiny little holes on the top, so it does a perfect drizzle. Oh, look how amazing these look. Looks like literally lace on top of the cookie. What an amazing cookie. Don't forget to come by my open house this weekend at 4747 Ellenita Avenue in Tarzana. And if you can't make it, call me for a private showing, because it's not gonna last. And neither is this cookie. So good.